These apple praline puff pastry roll-ups have chopped apples and pecans sauteed in butter and brown sugar on the inside, wrapped in that flaky, melt-in-your-mouth puff pastry on the outside. They are so easy to make, and yet they're so delicious, I can't eat just one. The ingredients are Granny Smith apples, pecans, 3 tablespoons of salted butter, 4 tablespoons of packed brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, an egg for sealing the pastry and brushing the top, and if you're serving with ice cream, then vanilla ice cream. You'll need a skillet and baking sheet. You also need a peeler to peel the apples. First, you have to thaw the puff pastry. You can do that in the refrigerator overnight or from the freezer for 30 minutes. Pull it out of the box and out of its outer wrapper and unfold the pieces. Peel the apples, and we're going to cut them into 1/2 inch pieces. First, just cut them down the sides and throw away the cores. When these cook down in the butter and brown sugar, they become just the perfect size for the puff pastry rolls. Next, you're going to chop the pecans. And you want these slightly smaller than the apple pieces, just kind of like that. So you'll want 1 cup of the pecan pieces, and you'll have 3 cups of the apple pieces. Now you're going to saute the apples and pecans in the butter and brown sugar, but first turn on your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. In a non-stick skillet over medium-high, melt 3 tablespoons of butter, then add the apples with the 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Reduce to medium. After 15 minutes, they will be fork tender. Add the brown sugar. Stir that into the apples. And add your pecans. After 5 minutes, remove it from the heat. And set that aside to cool before we put it on the puff pastry. It will be caramelized and absolutely delicious. Now you're going to cut the 2 sheets of puff pastry into the strips right where their folds were. We're going to beat the egg for sealing the puff pastry and brushing on top to get it golden brown. With a baking sheet lined with a silpat or parchment paper or cooking spray, add a little bit of the apple pecans on each strip, leaving 1/2 inch on the sides and about 2 inches on the ends for sealing. You're going to brush those with the egg mixture. To see all of my videos, take a second here to subscribe, and we're going to roll these out. Press slightly to seal where the egg mixture was and where the seam is. And repeat with the other 3. And brush the tops with the egg mixture so that they're lightly browned. And we're going to pop these in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to bake them for 20 minutes. I'm chopping some pecans very finely to put on the ice cream on the side. They are beautiful, lightly browned and puffed up. I'm going to cool them on a cooling rack. And while they're nice and warm, I'm going to serve them on a plate with some ice cream next to them. I'm going to squeeze some caramel down first, and then the ice cream and those pecans. And I'm going to top it with a little pecan half. Listen to this flaky puff pastry crunch. We eat these for dessert, and I'll grab one for breakfast. And you gotta make this. And to see all of my videos, don't forget to click subscribe.